Welcome to Zoe Stories. One selfie in her dress. Now I'm Insta famous. I never planned on wearing her dress, let alone becoming an online sensation because of it. My name is Ryan Cole. I'm 22, a graphic design student by day and an introvert by nature. I've always preferred shadows over spotlights, the comfort of routine over the chaos of spontaneity. My world was quiet, a small apartment downtown, too many unopened energy drinks on the desk, and a girlfriend I didn't always feel I deserved. Her name is Emma. She's the opposite of me in every way: loud, bold, stunning. A marketing major with over 100,000 followers on Instagram, she lived for the camera, the buzz, the likes. She'd often joke that I was born to hide behind a screen, and maybe she was right. While she shared her outfits and skincare tips with the world, I barely managed to post a filtered picture of my morning coffee once a month. We'd been dating for almost 2 years. It wasn't always smooth. Emma had a flair for drama, and I had a tendency to shut down emotionally, but there was love. Real love. Or at least, I thought there was until recently, when things started to shift. She'd been distant, less touch, fewer good nights. I assumed it was school pressure or influencer stress, but deep down I feared it was me. Maybe I wasn't enough. Maybe she wanted someone more confident, more photogenic, more like her. What she didn't know, what no one knew, was that I had a secret. One I buried beneath hoodies and denial. A part of me that had whispered in the background for years, growing louder every time I saw her closet open or caught a glimpse of her eyeliner scattered across the bathroom counter. I don't even remember the first time I thought about trying on women's clothes. It wasn't about arousal. It wasn't even about wanting to be a girl. It was about feeling something. Something other than numbness. Something beautiful, expressive, alive. But I never dared. Not with Emma around. Not when she could walk in any second. And definitely not when I wasn't sure what that part of me even meant. It was a quiet Saturday afternoon. Emma had left early for a day trip with her influencer friends, some vineyard content shoot or something equally photogenic. She kissed me goodbye and left a lingering scent of rose water and vanilla on my hoodie. I remember standing by the window, watching her Uber pull away, and for once, the silence felt tempting. The apartment was still. Sunlight filtered through gauzy curtains. Emma's makeup case was half open on the bathroom sink. Her closet door was cracked just enough for a sliver of silk to peek out. And that's when the voice inside me whispered again. Just one time. Just one outfit. No one will know. I shook my head.
No.
Too risky. Too weird. Too tempting. I turned on the TV, tried to distract myself with a dumb cooking show, but I wasn't watching. My eyes kept drifting back to the hallway where her room waited. Where her things waited. Dresses.
Heels.
Lipstick. A fantasy wardrobe from another life, one I wasn't supposed to touch. One I didn't belong in. Or did I? Growing up, I was always the quiet kid. Teachers praised my sketches, but I never raised my hand. I had friends, sure, but I never let anyone too close. There were moments, fleeting moments, where I felt like I was performing Ryan. Like the role I was born into didn't quite fit right. Still, I pushed it all down. Wore the jeans. Cut my hair short. Dated girls, played video games, scrolled mindlessly through life. And I was good at it pretending. Fitting in. Until I met Emma. She wasn't like anyone I'd ever known. She was loud without being obnoxious. Beautiful, but not shallow. She had this electric confidence that made you believe you were interesting just for being near her. Dating her was like stepping into a world of color after living in grayscale. She encouraged me to express myself more. Buy clothes that weren't just black and navy. Grow my hair out. She even gave me a facial once, just for fun. I laughed it off, but secretly, I liked it. Liked how soft my skin felt. Liked how her eyeliner shimmered in the light. Liked how free she seemed in her femininity. I envied it. Craved it. But I never dared to explore it myself.
Until that day.
Emma had been getting more attention online lately. Sponsorships. DMs from blue checkmark guys. She acted like it didn't matter, but I saw the way she smiled at her screen. The way she'd turn it face down when I walked into the room. I trusted her, or at least I tried to. But part of me worried I wasn't her type anymore. That she wanted someone more exciting, more stylish, more her. So I started withdrawing. Bit by bit. She noticed, of course, and we fought more often. About stupid things. Dishes. Who left the AC on? But the truth was, I was scared. Scared she was outgrowing me. Scared that if she knew my secret, she'd be disgusted. Or worse, she'd leave. And I couldn't lose her. Not when she was the only person who ever made me feel seen, even if she didn't really see me yet. So I kept the secret buried. Until the day I didn't. That Saturday afternoon, something was different. Maybe it was the light. Maybe it was the silence. Or maybe I just couldn't lie to myself anymore. I walked slowly to Emma's room, heart pounding. The closet loomed like a portal to another reality. My fingers hovered over the doorknob. Just one look, I told myself. But we both know it was never going to be just one. I opened her closet slowly, reverently, as if I were stepping into sacred territory. Row after row of perfectly arranged clothes greeted me. Dresses hung like sleeping flowers, delicate and full of potential. Skirts, satin blouses, and pastel sweaters. And then, I saw it. The red dress. Silky. Short, but not too short. Fitted in all the right places. It was the one she wore to her cousin's engagement party, a bold, confident choice that left everyone staring. I remembered how she looked that night. I remembered thinking she had never seemed more powerful. Without thinking, I reached out and touched it. My fingertips lingered on the fabric like it might vanish if I blinked. My heart thumped hard in my chest. "You're just going to try it on. That's all," I whispered, like I was negotiating with some part of myself that still resisted. I peeled off my hoodie, my t-shirt. My jeans dropped to the floor. My hands trembled as I stepped into the dress, pulling it up, adjusting the straps, smoothing the fabric over my skin. It hugged my frame in a way that felt thrilling. Vulnerable.
Right.
I stood frozen in front of her full-length mirror. And there he was. No, she was looking back. My breath caught in my throat. The person staring back wasn't just me in a dress. It was someone else. Someone softer. Someone more alive. My usual awkward stance had melted into something looser, more fluid.
My posture changed.
My expression changed. It wasn't just the fabric, it was the feeling. I turned sideways. Then the other. Twirled once, just to feel the dress flare. What are you doing? What if she comes back? What if the neighbors see? But the voice of fear was drowned out by something louder. Exhilaration. I tiptoed to the bathroom and rummaged through Emma's makeup bag. I didn't know what half the products did, but I remembered watching her apply foundation, concealer, a bit of blush. I copied her movements as best I could. Mascara made my lashes pop. A swipe of berry lipstick gave me a jolt of confidence. I even grabbed one of her fake clip-in ponytails and secured it on my head. The result? Stunning?
No.
Passable? Not quite. But thrilling? Absolutely. The lighting in the bedroom was perfect. Warm and diffused, pouring through the curtain just right. I grabbed Emma's phone. She had left it charging on the nightstand, and opened the camera. Just for me, I told myself. I struck a shy pose, adjusting the dress over my chest. One photo, then another, then a third. Something about seeing myself in the frame made the experience even more surreal, like I was playing a character I never thought I could embody. After taking 6 or 7 shots, I examined them closely. One stood out. It was the angle, maybe, or the way the dress clung perfectly at the waist. Or maybe it was the expression on my face, a quiet confidence I'd never seen before. I tapped the Save to Gallery icon. Then I heard it. The front door. Unlocking. My blood ran cold. I scrambled, ripped off the clip-in ponytail, wiped the lipstick with the back of my hand, which only smeared it, and tugged the dress halfway down before realizing there was no time. "Ryan." Emma's voice called out. "Babe, I left my tripod."
Did you see it?
I nearly tripped as I yanked the dress over my head, still partially smeared with mascara. My heart was beating loud enough to drown her footsteps. "Babe." Her voice was closer. "Why are your shoes in the hallway?" I bolted into the bathroom, locked the door, and gasped for air. My face was flushed, my chest tight, but somehow I managed to croak back, just brushing my teeth. She didn't seem suspicious, thank God. After a minute or so, she shouted, "Found it," and the door slammed shut again. I exhaled like I hadn't breathed in years. But the adrenaline wouldn't fade, because I realized, with horror, I never closed her phone. I sprinted back into the bedroom and grabbed her phone. The camera app was still open. The photo was still there. But the real nightmare? Somehow, I had tapped post. The image, the one that made me feel alive, real me, was now uploaded to Emma's Instagram, her massive, public, blue checkmark verified account. It was captioned with her last used line, "Feeling confident, who else loves this red number?" I nearly vomited. She had over 100,000 followers. Fashion brands, PR firms, fans who scrutinized every post. And now they were all seeing me. I froze. Every muscle locked in place. 1,000 thoughts spiraled through my mind. Was I ruined? Would she break up with me? Would people figure out? Would I be exposed? I looked at the screen again. The likes were already flooding in. 200, 400, 750. Comments were popping up faster than I could read. "OMG, you look amazing, Em. Stunning. YSSS that dress. Your best look yet, no lie." My heart thundered. They didn't know it wasn't her. They thought I was her. The dual emotion, terror and euphoria. Part of me wanted to scream, to yank the post down, delete the evidence, run, and hide forever. But another part was buzzing. People thought I looked good. No, not just good, beautiful. For the first time in my life, strangers were seeing me and loving what they saw. Not Ryan, the shy guy behind the laptop, but someone bolder, someone prettier, someone more real. I stared at the screen, my reflection hovering just behind it in the mirror. Was this who I was meant to be? That's when I heard my phone vibrate. A text from Emma. "Babe, did you just post on my account?" My stomach dropped. The mask cracked. I panicked. My fingers trembled as I typed back.
No.
Must have been a glitch. OMG, delete. She replied instantly. Why would I delete it? People are loving it? That angle though? What makeup did I use? She didn't know. She actually didn't recognize it wasn't her. I froze. Then came the follow-up text. "Wait, was that you? Wait, was that you?" That text from Emma stopped my heart. I stared at the screen like it might dissolve in my hands. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, but I couldn't type.
How do you answer a question like that?
I could lie. I could joke. I could deflect. But deep down, I knew I had run out of excuses. She knew. Another text came in. "Ryan, call me."
Now.
I dialed with shaking hands. She picked up on the first ring. There was silence on the other end, then her voice low, tight. "Just tell me the truth. That was you in my dress, wasn't it?" I tried to deny it. The words caught in my throat. "Yes," I whispered. Another pause. Then, "Why?" I couldn't answer. Not at first. But the words tumbled out eventually, too fast, too messy. I told her everything. About the curiosity. About the way I'd always felt disconnected from myself. How I never meant to hurt her or invade her privacy. How the dress, the photo, the reaction made me feel seen for the first time in years. The silence that followed was unbearable. Finally, she said, "You looked good." I blinked.
What?
I thought it was one of my best pictures ever. She laughed once, softly, nervously. I didn't even realize it wasn't me. Relief washed over me, but it didn't last. Then came the real question. "Ryan, was this just for fun? Or is there more to this?" I had asked myself that same question 100 times before. Was I just experimenting? Was this about her? Or was this something inside me? "I don't know," I said, honestly. I just I feel more like myself when I'm like that. In your clothes. With makeup. I don't know what it means yet. She didn't respond right away. When she did, her voice was calm, but careful. Okay, I'm coming home. The door clicked open 20 minutes later. Emma stepped in, holding a shopping bag in one hand and a look of cautious curiosity in her eyes.
She didn't yell, didn't freak out.
Instead, she said, "Put it on. The red dress." I froze. What? If we're going to talk about this, I want to see you. Not the version of you pretending it didn't happen. Go on. It felt like walking into fire, but I obeyed. I returned to the bedroom. Slowly, almost reverently, I pulled the red dress back on. I clipped in the ponytail. Applied a thin layer of foundation and mascara. Lipstick. No rush this time. No fear of being caught. Just acceptance. Nervous, trembling acceptance. When I stepped out, Emma looked at me with wide, unreadable eyes. You're beautiful. I couldn't hold back the tears. We talked for hours. She asked questions I didn't know how to answer. I tried anyway. She listened. Then, out of nowhere, she said, "I have an idea." What kind of idea? You obviously have a natural aesthetic.
A vibe.
And my account's been blowing up since that selfie. My heart stopped. You want to use me? Not use you. Help you. Emma walked over to the table and pulled out her camera. Let's make an alternate profile. Something just for you. New name. New vibe. Nothing tied to my brand. You can express yourself. And if you don't like it, we delete everything. But you deserve to see where this can go. I didn't know what to say. No one had ever offered me that before.
A choice.
We spent the next few days in secret mode.
Planning.
Shooting. Editing. I took on a new name, Riley, a softer version of myself. Or maybe just a more honest one. Emma taught me how to pose, how to walk in heels, how to blend eyeshadow. She styled my looks, directed my photo shoots. She was excited, like we were building something together. Like the tension between us had turned into electricity. She posted the first photo. No face. Just a silhouette in soft lighting, red dress flaring. Caption. Meet Riley. Be kind # new beginnings. We expected a few curious comments. Instead, Riley's account exploded. Within a week, we had over 10K followers. People were intrigued, supportive, curious. DMs came pouring in. Strangers asking about clothes, style, identity. Some even shared their own stories of duality, fear, exploration. I couldn't believe it. For once, I wasn't invisible. For once, I wasn't pretending. But then it got complicated. Someone from my college followed the account. Then another. Rumors started. In one of my classes, a guy nudged me and whispered, "You look different online." I panicked. Deleted comments. Blocked followers. Tried to shut it down. But the secret was out. One night, Emma walked in to find me mid-breakdown. "I can't do this," I told her. "I can't live this lie and this truth at the same time."
She sat beside me.
This isn't a lie. This is you. And it's okay to be scared. But you're not alone. Not anymore. Later that night, I stood in front of the mirror again. This time, I held the wig Emma had given me. A dark, layered bob, feminine, bold. I hesitated, then put it on. My reflection transformed. It wasn't perfect, but it was me. All of me. Riley, whoever I was becoming. And I smiled. 3 days later, Emma burst in waving her phone. "You won't believe this. A gender-neutral fashion brand reached out. They want to sponsor Riley." My jaw dropped. "Are you serious?" She nodded, eyes gleaming. "They want to feature you. In a full campaign." I laughed. The world really wants more selfies of me in dresses, huh? Apparently. She winked. "But the world wants you, Riley. The real you." The day the story leaked was supposed to be normal. I had just posted a photo, soft lighting, a flowing pink dress, a gentle caption about self-discovery. It felt peaceful, reflective. I was starting to settle into this new dual life. Riley online, Ryan offline. Emma and I were in sync, supportive, intimate in a way we hadn't been in months. She even started calling me she when I was dressed up, without making a big deal of it. But then, I got the message. A DM on Riley's account from an anonymous profile. Hey Ryan, you clean up nice in a dress. Should I tag your college? I froze. Another message came right after. Everyone's gonna love this. Screenshots coming. Better come clean before I do.
Panic.
My chest tightened. Someone knew. I showed Emma immediately. She was furious, but calm. Block them, she said. Delete the account for now. We'll figure it out. I nodded. But deleting Riley felt like deleting a piece of myself. Still, I did it. Or tried to. But I was too late. An hour later, my real account, Ryan's, was flooded with tags, comments, snickering emojis. A meme had gone viral in one of the university's Discord servers. It was me in the red dress. My face clearly visible. Someone had grabbed the original Insta post and overlaid it with a caption. When your boyfriend looks better in your clothes than you do. The image had been screenshotted.
Shared.
Laughed at. It wasn't just online. In the hallway the next day, I heard whispers. Dude, that's him. Did you see his legs though? Is it like a fetish or is he transitioning? I wanted to disappear. Crawl into my skin and vanish. But there was nowhere left to hide. 2 days later, I skipped class and holed up in my apartment. The blinds were shut. My phone was off. Emma brought me food I didn't eat. Talk to me, she whispered. I couldn't. I just shook my head and cried. I didn't want anyone to see me like that. I finally choked. Not like a joke. You weren't a joke, she said firmly. You were yourself. That scares people. But it shouldn't scare you. I looked at her, tears streaking down my face, mascara still faintly staining the corners of my eyes from the last time I dressed as Riley. I didn't want to be seen like that, I said again. But what I really meant was, I didn't want to be seen at all unless they loved me for it. That night, I stood in front of the mirror again. This time, I wasn't wearing the dress. No makeup. No wig.
Just me.
Ryan.
Raw.
Exposed. I stared at my reflection and hated it. Not because of how I looked, but because of what I'd lost. Privacy. Safety.
Control.
Then I reached under the bed, pulled out the box I'd hidden there weeks ago. Inside, the wig. A makeup bag. A note I had written on the first day I became Riley. You are real. You are worthy. Even if no one ever sees it. I clutched the paper like a lifeline. Then I started getting dressed. Not because anyone would see, but because I needed to. When I stepped out, Emma looked up from the couch. Her expression softened instantly. You needed this, she said. I nodded. I think I need her, too, I whispered. Then she said something I didn't expect. Then stop hiding. What? Let them see you. Really see you. Emma, they already.
No.
You didn't choose that moment. It was taken from you. But this can be yours. She pulled out her camera again. Let's do a shoot. Together. Like we meant to. No secrets. No filters. We picked a simple outfit. Nothing too flashy. A soft pink blouse, skinny jeans, delicate earrings. Riley, casual. Relaxed.
Proud.
We took the photos. We picked the best one.
We stared at it for a long time.
And then we posted it. Caption. I didn't get to introduce myself properly last time. So, let's try again. Hi, I'm Riley. And I'm done hiding. The internet exploded. The support was overwhelming. DMs from people around the world poured in. Messages from closeted teens. Parents of queer kids. People who saw themselves in my fear. My stumble. My courage. Sure, there were trolls. Always would be. But for every insult, there were 10 voices saying, thank you. You helped me. You're braver than you know. And for the first time, I believed it. But one challenge still loomed. My parents. I hadn't told them. They weren't online much, but if the photo continued to circulate, they'd hear. Better it came from me. Emma insisted on coming with me. For backup, she said. We sat across from them at their dining table. My mom smiled awkwardly. My dad was quiet, fork scratching his plate. Then I said it. There's something I want to tell you. I explained wryly. The photo, the feelings, the fallout. My mom didn't say much, just nodded, eyes glossy. My dad took a sip of water, cleared his throat. Is this permanent? I didn't know how to answer. Not yet. So I said the only thing I truly knew. It's me. There was silence. Then he nodded once, slowly. Okay. That was all I needed. The days that followed were a blur of notifications, interviews, reposts, and mentions. Riley was everywhere. Fashion blogs called me an icon of vulnerability. Queer pages tagged me as brave and inspiring. A major gender-fluid makeup brand offered to send PR. And yet, in the quiet moments, when the camera was off and the lights were dim, I still stared at the mirror and asked, who am I now? One evening, Emma sat me down at the edge of our bed. She seemed nervous, which was rare. So, I've been thinking, she began, twisting a hair tie between her fingers. I waited. I've been offered a brand deal, she said. Like a big one. Travel, content, a monthly campaign. But it's not just for me. I blinked. What do you mean? They want us, she said slowly. Me and Riley. My heart jumped. They think the story is unique. They love the angle. They want a couple collab package. But I'm not really your girlfriend, I said, voice barely above a whisper. She smiled. Maybe not yet. That night, we sat in the living room in silence. Our shoulders touched, but nothing else. We weren't sure what we were anymore. Boyfriend and girlfriend? Girlfriend and girlfriend? Some undefined in between? We had never talked labels. We'd barely figured out feelings. But as I looked at her, her eyeliner smudged from a long shoot, her expression tired but soft, I knew she saw me. All of me. Do you ever wish I hadn't tried on the dress? I asked suddenly. Emma turned to me.
No, she said.
I wish you hadn't been afraid to show me sooner. It was late when it happened, past midnight. A knock. Then another. I froze. Emma paused the show we were watching. We weren't expecting anyone. I crept toward the peephole. Outside stood my roommate from last year, James. Tall, bearded, frat boy energy. We hadn't spoken in months. He wasn't the type to just drop by.
He knocked again.
Firmer this time. Ryan. Open up, man. I need to talk to you. Emma stood beside me, whispering, don't. But something inside me had to know. I opened the door. James blinked when he saw me. I was still wearing light makeup, just mascara and gloss. Hair down. A loose hoodie over leggings. He looked me up and down. I knew it, he muttered. I said nothing. Then he held up his phone. On it, a screenshot of one of Riley's photos. You've got some nerve, man. Pretending.
Lying.
Making us all look. Look what? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. He didn't answer. He just stepped forward, lowering his voice. Better watch yourself, Riley. And then he left. Emma locked the door behind him. I stood there, numb, heart racing. This wasn't over. Riley might be rising, but Ryan still had enemies. The world had seen me now. Some loved me. Some wanted me gone. As I stood there, trembling in the hallway, I asked myself the question again. Who am I now? I turned to Emma and whispered, do you think I'm strong enough to keep being her? She looked at me, eyes full of something between fear and pride, and said, we're about to find out.